Okay, so I'm now going to explain my thoughts and feelings on big space, small space. I didn't say it properly. Right, again. Big space, small space. My articulation went a bit buzzy then. which Big Space, Small Space is by Theatre de Complicité. Yeah, so we had that as part of the show. We had our own little thing going on, which was like our own thing going on, like our own material. Like I was baking, others were having a shave, gaming, trimming, and others too, which I thought was good for the show because as we had social distancing as part of our show for physical theatre, because we were based it on COVID, so we were doing our own little thing with mixing and showing our routines. So as I was mixing, like pretending to bake, I at the start I didn't know what to think. I wasn't sure how it was gonna go, but I gave it a shot and it was better than what I believed. Because we were doing it from home, I wasn't sure how it was gonna work. I wasn't sure whether we were gonna succeed or not with doing physical theatre from home, if we were gonna do it from home, and doing this big space, small space online. It felt weird, but different at the same time because we were doing something very, very new. And as I was mixing and others were doing their own little thing for the piece, it worked better than I thought, and it felt good to show a slow routine to picking it up to making it a fast routine, and that just shows how calm we were from the beginning and how mad we were at the end, because that's how the process from the COVID throughout the year has made us feel. At the start, obviously, we didn't know what to think at that time. And as the time went on throughout the year last year, everyone was getting mad, crazy, wanted to scream, wanted to shout. And I imagine others, like, sorry, excuse me. And I imagine others in the group, including myself, I admit that. Because last year, how I experienced COVID last year, I admit, I felt like I was going mad. I felt I was going crazy. I was very down and depressed last year with COVID because of COVID. I already had depression before COVID, but then when COVID began with the lockdown and time went on, I was very, very, very down. And also, I think our big space, small space, bringing the sadness at the very end with a silent screen, I believe that was good. Even though it was mainly for Black Lives Matter and showing our signs in our on-screen performance, well, rehearsals, on-screen rehearsals, sorry. I think the silent screen could be for mental health as well with Black Lives Matter, because in the Black Lives Matter there were very depressed people, because as there were thousands of people, there were depressed people, because if there weren't, then I'd be surprised if there weren't, because there were many black people, there have been many black people on this earth for centuries that have gone through abuse with racism and torture, which shouldn't have happened, but it was time action got taken. because from what happened to George Floyd when he was pinned to the floor by that police officer, with being forced down by his neck from the police officer's knee as he begged to be let go because he couldn't breathe, which is a horrible thing for anyone, being held down by their neck and other places, as that is torture. It's a horrible thing to do to anyone, even if they were bad, but to suffocate someone, suffocating's not the answer, murder's not the answer. And the fact that police officer cut George Floyd's windpipe, which was the neck right here, the fact he slit his throat, that's not on. You don't treat a black person like that, no matter what they are. If someone is white, black, brown, we're all human at the end of the day. We should all be looking out for each other. We don't compare. We don't treat each other differently. Even though we are all different, we're not all the same. Some people can learn quick, some people can learn slow, some people can struggle to learn. We all look different, we all sound different. We come with different shapes, sizes, tall, small, short, skinny, big, fat. We're all human at the end of the day. No one should be shamed, no matter what size or what skin colour you are. Because for racism to happen for so many years, in my eyes, it was time action got taken for the Black Lives Matter, which I am really pleased it did. Because I think since the Black Lives Matter with George Floyd, it has made the world a much better place, which I am pleased with. And admittedly, the physical theatre has made me feel a bit emotional, because we're showing what the process of the COVID from last year has made, what an impact it has to this earth. The rehearsals for that scene with Big Space, Small Space, showing our movements, with mine with the baking, others with their shaving, trimming, gaming, and then the silent scream at the end. I think that is, I've even though I thought a bit, and I wasn't sure how to feel at the start, I enjoyed it every time because I felt it was good to have. And with Catherine and Jess's feedback and Sonia's feedback too, I was glad that they thought it was good, because even though at the start they needed a bit more pace, more quicker, more faster, bit more aggressiveness at the end, which Catherine did point out to me. She needed a bit aggressiveness from me, and a bit quicker, which I accept, because I was too busy thinking about what I needed to do. Maybe I didn't, what's the words? Maybe I was too busy thinking, okay, is this what I need to do? This is what I need to do. Because it was new to me at the time. I was too busy thinking what it is I needed to do. And with Catherine's feedback, with the criticism I got from her, I accepted it, because it did need to be a bit more quicker, more aggressive, proper grit me teeth, like, I'm getting so mad. And yeah, I believe Catherine's right. That's what I needed to show in the rehearsal, which I did continue to do. I then brought what she said, what she felt she needed after, which I think I did, because Catherine said nothing else about that after that. So as for that, I believe I did do what I needed to do, because that's what she wanted, which I'm happy about. And yeah, so yeah, that's that.